We are Ondra and Musi, and we would like to introduce you to our van, Bobek.
If you would like to know more about us, see our other videos on the channel here. Let's start on the outside. So the van is for transit in the L3H3 configuration, which is the highest one but not the longest one. It has 2.2 liters diesel engine with 152 horsepower, which is the strongest engine for this year-end model. And I wanted that, because it's usually going pretty heavy, like the maximum load it can take. We didn't do any major modifications on it, except for these all-season tires and this spare wheel on the back, which we actually already used.
Most of the vans in Europe are Fiat Ducato, but we chose Ford because Ford has served us very well in the past and also is less expensive than Sprinter.
In the cab, the only thing we did was change the single seat for this double one, and I know most of the people do it the other way around, but we wanted to have guests from time to time and we don't want to sit them in the back while driving because of safety reasons.
When you live in a van, your life basically shrinks into the three most important areas, which are cooking and eating, hygiene and sleeping. So we will start with those three, and by the end of the video we will mention some of our favorite parts of the van build and also some of our dislikes. Let's start in the kitchen. We are using combination of cabinets and open shelving. In the cabinets we have dry food. In all our cabinets and drawers we have this system of safety locks, so it does not open while driving. Yep. We have some combination of boxes and bottles, and here on the open shelves we have our things for making coffee.
For cooking, we chose this 2-burner gas stove, and we chose gas just because otherwise we would have to have huge battery. So we have 2 kilogram propane bottle and it lasts us about 5 weeks, which is, I think, enough. Here we have a small sink from IKEA. It does its job, It would be better to have bigger one, but we prefer to have more space to prepare the food. Our fridge is this 75 liters Vitrifrigo fridge. It has separated compressor, which makes it bigger in the inside, and the compressor is actually below the fridge. It also has a small freezer, which is great to freeze your leftovers.
Moving to the drawers. In this drawer we have our cutlery. In these two huge drawers we have some dry food. Here we have staple food as sugar and rice, and I highly recommend to build all your drawers according to your boxes because you don't want to waste any space in the van. In these three drawers we keep all our pots and pans. I will show you some of them. In this little cupboard we keep our trash bin. It's just a cut-off canister, and I think sometimes the easy solutions work the best.
Behind the garbage we keep our propane bottle in its own little airtight cupboard, which is vented outside the van in case there are any leaks.
The propane solution is very convenient because you don't drain your battery, but you can have some difficulties across different European countries because everybody have a bit different solution for propane. We already experienced one difficulty because we are in Scandinavia for 3 months already, and you can see our struggles in our video. I also want to share with you guys our favorite details in the kitchen. One is our water gauge, so we always know how much water we have in the tank. The second is the towel hanger, and the third is our spice rack. This shelf is made by Ondra, and these jars, they are actually more than 100 years old. It's from my grandmother, so it's adding a nice little touch and family history to our little home.
The grey water tank is just below the sink, and we have it inside and not below the van because of winter, so it doesn't freeze. To dispose the grey water, you have to open the bottom drawer, then open this little door from the side, stick your hand in, and there is a valve that you open and the water goes out.
We forget one drawer. Oh no, it's not a drawer, it's a shower. I really wanted to have a shower in the van because I love hiking, and you know, when you come home after the hike you really want to shower, and because we are in Scandinavia it's often chilly outside, so having warm shower inside is just a must. We chose this pop-up shower instead of a fixed one because we value open space in the van more than a fixed shower. This cupboard is not only working space for kitchen, but it's basically whole bathroom. One function is our toilet.
So the toilet is a composting toilet which is entirely homemade because I refuse to pay 1000 euros for a composting toilet. We bought a kit from Trobolo, which is just the separator for the liquid part and the solid part, and then made some kind of mechanism to, you know, stir up the solids and mix it so it composts better. To install the shower, you first have to take out the toilet. It's pretty heavy, so I usually do it. And then we have these shower curtains with this nice forest pattern, and we have two of them. And basically you hang them up, you know, opposite of each other using these hooks. And that's the second one. Then we go inside, take out your shower, and you shower. So this is a bidet shower, which means you have to press this to turn it on. And you actually set your temperature here, and then you shower like this.
For a hot water, we are using 10-liter water boiler, so the showers are quick but cozy.
Speaking of water, everything is accessible from the inside, so in case of any leaks we can quickly fix it. So there is a lot going on under here. So here is all the water connections. This is a filter, this is the expansion bottle, and this is the thermostat valve, which keeps the hot water, you know, just comfortably warm, not super hot, because in the boiler it can have like 80 degrees Celsius, so this keeps it around 40 degrees. And we also use this space to store, you know, some chargers and some tools, etc. But under here there is more stuff, so let me take it out and I will show you. So this is a very simple shelf, but it works like this, so it's easy to take it out. And if you look here, you will see the independent diesel heater, which is connected to the main diesel tank, and the hot air from the diesel heater goes here, and here it splits in two ways. One goes into the living space and one goes into the water heater. And this is adjustable, so you know, you can choose which way the hot air goes. So you choose which way the hot air goes by turning this knob, you know, so it turns the little flap inside the splitter that I showed you. Here is the hot air vent for the living space, and we have second one just at the bottom below the kitchen, so it warms your feet, which is nice. The heater itself is controlled by this panel, so you know, you can turn it on, off, set your power levels, etc. And the rest of the buttons control the other systems in the van. So this is the water pump, so you can turn it off when you leave the van. This is actually also for the water heater, but this heats the water with electricity, which we use more often than the hot air because, you know, we are not heating inside that often yet. And this is for the inverter.
There is two more things into our bathroom. First is this Fiamma turbo vent, which is strategically placed here, so it takes the steam from the shower but also from the kitchen, and it also have this curtain, which is important here in the north because we have a polar day and basically we don't have dark in the night. And the second one is this little mirror, which is also vintage, and Ondra created this frame by himself, and it's quite dirty, I should clean it. And this is our sitting arrangement. It's 2 seats opposite each other, and this beautiful slide of table which we are using for work and eating.
Most of the van is made out of plywood, but this is proper oak table. I made it using some leftovers, but you know, dining table should be of some proper wood. You saw what we have under this seat, but here we also have something interesting, and it's a safe. The safe itself is bolted to the floor, so good luck taking it out. Also, don't forget to leave some space for your backpacks, because it's annoying to have them in the back and go there every time.
Let's talk about storage for a while, because it's very important in every van build. We keep our clothes in 4 cabinets. This is mine. This is also mine, and Ondra is gentleman and have one smaller and one same size as me. So it's all our clothes in here. Here on both sides of the bed we have deep side storage. I keep my books there, I have my cosmetics there, I have hair dryer and also dirty clothes, and I think Ondra have similar arrangement, and it's long as the bed. It's very convenient. There is a reindeer.
Look who interrupted our van tour. This little guy. My favorite part are these little pockets. They took so much time to build, but they are invaluable. You know, every time there was some space behind the panel, I tried to build a pocket there, and we keep so much little things in here, you know, like computer mouse and chargers and card readers and all the little things that normally you wouldn't have any place to put them, so we keep them in these pockets. And we have 6 of these bigger ones and 5 smaller ones in the front for even the tiniest things. Since I'm here, I will show you this huge storage area above the cab, and we didn't put any door here or any rubber bands or anything. Nothing falls out basically. We keep lighter stuff here like jackets, sometimes some food, bread, stuff like that. Basically anything goes. And I almost forgot about the hooks. We have 4 of them, and I think we'll be installing more, and it's absolutely essential because, you know, one time you have a towel hanging here, then you need to move it somewhere else so you can go out, then you have a wet jacket, so you put it here. You're basically constantly moving stuff around on these hooks, so install as many as you can. More storage space is of course in the garage, and we have double entrance. One from the back, of course, and one from the inside, and that's because it's very long space, so it's pretty hard to reach for the stuff that's in the front of it. It's pretty simple to open it. You turn these 2 little knobs which hold this board. You just take it out.
I am in the garage area. It's pretty big. We have a system of boxes. We have there some spare dry food. We have hiking equipment such as sleeping bags, big backpacks, etc. We also have here all our shoes, all our medicines and different family stuff. We also have inflatable kayak with safety vests.
So let me talk about the garage a little bit, because it's very important storage space, and there is a lot of stuff going on in here. Let's start here. So let me move this out of the way. Spare diesel, you never know. Okay, so this is where we keep the Starlink. It's like a custom made holder for it, which holds the Dishy, and here is the stand. Behind the stand is the heart of the electrical system. Let me show you without the cables. So this is the Victron Energy inverter, 800 watts. We found out it's alright for us. We don't need more than 800 watts, I think. This is the charger from the alternator, 30 amps, does okay. And this is the solar controller, also 30 amps. On the roof we have 2 solar panels, it's 350 watts in total. And in the summer it does quite okay. But right now, since we are 300 kilometers above the polar circle and it's also beginning of autumn, it's not so great, but we still live. On this side, here is the water tank. It's 125 liters. Below the water tank, behind this board, is the water heater. Here is the exhaust of the hot air, which ends in the garage. And here is our outdoor shower. And you may be wondering what's this? And those are water filters for our secondary intake of clean water. We have a portable water pump with 12-volt battery that we can drop into a stream and connect the hose here, and then the water goes through these 2 filters into the water tank. Primary water intake is here, so if you find a water outlet, you can just stick your hose in there and fill the tank. And behind all this crap, it's a hose, a little shovel. If you know, you know. So here is the water pump, also very easily accessible in case we need to fix it or change it. And there is also a power outlet in there. Okay, so let's move the boxes back. First goes the camping gear, because we don't use it that often. Then it's the food, and that's because then it's accessible from the second entrance from the living space. And these are the watertight bags in case we go kayaking. These are the sleeping bags. Random junk.
The shoes.
The shoes!
The shoes!
Because you are always changing for different shoes, so it's the first one here. And the last one is another random junk, like camping table and seats and a fishing rod. And one more thing, don't forget to put lights in your garage.
Which leads us to the lighting situation in the van. We have 2 sets of the ceiling lamps in the front and in the back. Then we have mood lights for the evening. And then we have kitchen counter lights. To keep the light and the heat inside during the evening, we use this thick fabric curtain.
I would also like to point out that we thought about these details very much. Like these lights are centered not to the center of the van, but to the center of this ceiling space that's left after you put in these cabinets. Also, the switches here are easily accessible from the outside, so if you leave the lights on, you can turn it off and you don't have to come inside, you just reach out from the outside. And this one little switch here for the mood lights is easily accessible from the bed.
By foot, actually.
By the foot, actually. Speaking of the bed, let me show you how it works. We cannot fit across the van because we are both very tall. I'm 190 and I think the van itself is 190, but with the insulation it's even less. So we had to make a mechanism of a sliding bed, so we can lie like this way. So the mattress is obviously in 2 pieces. And you lift this up, pull it a little, and then pull it like this. It slides on these rails that are on the sides. And then you just take the second piece of the mattress. And now you have a bed It's 2 meters long, 1.60 m across.
The mattress is 14 cm high, including 4 cm layer of a memory foam. Don't try to save money on your mattress because good sleep is a best investment, especially if you are over 30. On each side of the bed we installed these bunk windows from Dometic for ventilation and also for beautiful views. The window also includes a blackout curtain and a mosquito net.
So that's it for the van tour. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, maybe even subscribe. I cannot believe it took us the whole day to film this.
Me neither, it's really chilly now. We couldn't fit everything in the van tour and I'm also sure we forget a lot of things, so if you are interested in something, leave us a comment.
See you in the next one. Bye!